it's easy to get pretty jaded in the pursuit of truth. I think most people have experienced something of that. In that whole issue, my thoughts go to the time when Jesus stood before Pilate, and he showed how he had come to such a hopeless, almost resignation that you cannot know what is truth. Jesus was before him, and he was on trial. Of course, the Jews were bringing accusations against him before Pilate. They were accusing him of perverting the nation and saying you're not allowed to bring taxes to Caesar, pay taxes to Caesar. And that's where Pilate's interest lay, of course. He said, oh, you're a king. And Jesus says, my kingdom's not of this world. If it were, my servants would fight. But Pilate comes right back with, but you are a king. And Jesus says, you're right in saying I'm a king. In fact, for this reason I was born, and for this reason I came into the world, to give witness to the truth. Everybody on the side of truth listens to me. And I don't know if you know what Pilate's response was, but it was timeless. He says, what is truth? And you have to kind of read the context to try to understand and get to know who Pilate is to imagine how he said it. My sense is that he said it not in a sneer, as you might think, but in a sense with a sense of jaded resignation that truth is the idea that truth is beyond us. How can you know what is truth? What is truth in the realm of philosophy and the gods and who you're going to serve and that kind of thing? He had seen it all. He had seen so much conflict over truth claims. Truth claim being at the center of so much war and destruction, and he was in the middle of it. Contrary to what most people maybe think, Rome too had its truth claim. According to Rome, might makes right, and you had to worship Caesar. The Jews, of course, said no, there's only one God and it ain't Caesar, and so that's not happening. And they had managed to carve out a little place themselves where they didn't have to worship Caesar. But now here Pilate sees, here's Jesus coming along and claiming to be the Son of God and King of the Jews, and he just sees more conflict coming. He just sees the world crashing on like a ship without a rudder on the rocks that are all around, and he just says, I think, in a sense with a sense of jaded resignation, what is truth? Well, I think it's not so hard to come to that perspective. A thoughtful person can come to that point of almost hopelessness in terms of coming to know the truth in that realm. And yet I believe that in Christ Jesus, God has revealed himself clearly enough that we can get beyond that. He's given us reason to go beyond that, but there also needs to be, there are other things that are involved in getting beyond that. But he has revealed himself, I believe, clearly enough in Christ to move us beyond that and to give us certainty when we know him through Jesus, that we've come to know our God and Maker, our Redeemer, our friend, one who's revealed himself as our Father. So, and that's what this is about, trying to open up what has God given us so that we might actually move beyond that to conviction that we've come to know God, the one who made us.